What's up YouTube, RedRacer video. Hey, thanks for joining me for another one. Today's video, what did my 2016 1SS twin turbo Camaro make on the dyno? And what are my first impressions after having the car home for a week? She's been gone a long time. You guys know I've been waiting like crazy to make this video. It happens today, so let's get into it. Once again, everybody, thanks for joining me for another video. If this is your first time on the channel, this is the channel about automotive awesomeness. It is primarily about my 2016 1SS Camaro you see here behind me. Twin turbo, very high horsepower, very streetable, and very daily driven. Not daily driven, it's not my daily, but I drive it all the time. But we do a lot of hood rat stuff. I hang out with the guys from JDP a lot. A lot of the people that go there, and a lot of my friends now go there, and so I hang out with a lot of like-minded people, and we do a lot of fun stuff. So if you're into late model GM performance and twin turbo cars and finding out what makes them fast and how you do it and the nuts and bolts and ins and outs of them, I'm your man. I'm not going to show you guys how to install stuff because JDP does my work. But if you just want to know about it and how they work and how they operate and a little bit about tuning, because I'm learning that too, I'm your guy. So come back, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the bell next to the notification. Sorry, make sure you hit the notification of the bell next to subscribe so you don't want to have new videos that come out. I'm getting sick of editing, so we're just going to leave that little blunder I did there in there. Today's video though, guys. My 2016 1SS Camaro Lola is finally home. What did she make on the dyno, and what are my first impressions of the car? I've been really excited to make this video. A lot of you know I've been waiting to make this video for a while. We've had some hiccups along the way, and I won't get into those. There's a video just about how big of a pain putting the twin turbos on this car was, and so be watching for that video down the road. But we are now here. The car now runs great. I don't think it's going to melt down, fingers crossed, for a little while. We do have one more thing to do with a coupler that long term we're going to do for a solution, but the car's here. It was been on the dyno, it made great numbers, and I've had an opportunity to drive the car for about a week. So we're going to get into the first impressions and what a car made on the dyno. Really quickly, I don't want to get too crazy on the build because I'm going to have tons of videos coming up about the build, but I just want to give you guys the kind of the quick stuff, okay? And I got to sneak over here and look at my video notes, but okay, the build details. This is a 2016 1SS automatic Camaro. So it's the 8-speed. I know a lot of people think that Camaros can't be automatics and yada, yada, yada. I don't care what those people say. This car is so bad, and I love this transmission. I love it. I don't think that the people that really say that have given the automatic a fair shake. In fairness, I drive the automatic all the time with paddle mode. I'm always manually shifting, almost always. So maybe that's part of it. But anyways, it's a 1SS automatic Camaro. From there, guys, it's basically had everything done to it, powertrain and suspension and everything wise. So I won't get into crazy details, but it's a late model engines, forged bottom end, 377 inch. Everybody goes 416. I don't like that thought process. We were going for efficiency, not big cubes. These are already big enough cubes. There's already tons of power on tap. I didn't want a whole bunch of cubes to have to fill with boost, so we went with baby cubes. For that reason, we also went with baby turbos. We've got Borg-Warner EFR 7163s on this car, and those are 57 millimeters. So most people are doing like 61, 65, 62s, things like that, and we just didn't want to go that route. Again, I'll get into a little bit more about why we did that, but we were going for efficiency. We were going for drivable power. A lot of turbo cars have a lot of lag, and then they come in so strong you can't use it. I was trying to defeat that. I was trying to do something completely different. I wanted the turbos to come in fast and be more linear and not be so much on the top that they were too much. So that was the thought process behind it. So far, I think it's worked great. On the engine, we have the G1 Pro intake manifold on the car, and I'll take a couple of videos of that and throw that in here. But we've got the G1 Pro intake manifold on the car. Sounds great. It's got somewhere in the system there's a whistle all the time. I don't know, it sounds like air just getting through somewhere, and it's just got the right pitch at the right speeds. It whistles all the time. I don't know if it's the manifold or not, but I love it either way. So if it's the manifold, thanks James, your manifold's amazing. Let's see what else. Okay, fueling. For fueling for our dyno, so when we start talking about the power and what the car's making and whatnot, we do have flex fuel on this car, and it does have a dual nozzle methanol injection system on it as well. So we are running I think it was about E75 if I remember right when the car was dynoed, and we are in dual nozzle meth. We're not spraying huge nozzles, so it's not like I'm spraying tons of meth. Everybody hears dual nozzle like, oh, if the meth fails, your car will die. We're not going crazy. It's 210 nozzles, so my single nozzle was a 15. So now I'm running 210. So I'm only spraying, what is that, 25% more or whatever, methanol. I'm not going crazy on meth, but I love meth. So that's our fueling, E85, E75, methanol, and the Terpskis. So that's how we made our power. A lot of build stuff coming later, guys. Just like I almost did it in this video, and I in my head keep telling myself, don't get off on the details, don't get off on the details, because there are a lot of details about this car. And I fully intend to bring you guys videos about every single one of those details. This car is special. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but when we started to build this car, I built this car to be the baddest 6th gen Camaro on this planet. I wanted this car to be the best built all around, whether it be power, braking, suspension, whatever it is. I wanted the best of everything. I'm not chasing the fastest quarters. I'm not chasing the fastest road course. I'm not chasing the fastest autocross. I'm chasing having the baddest Camaro that'll do all of those things incredibly well. So I feel like we've achieved that. I feel like we've gotten to that point with this car. So there's a lot of stuff coming behind this video, guys, that's gonna just kind of showcase and tell you guys why I feel that way and what we put into it and how we decided to go about building that car. So now, guys, the fun stuff. All right, here's my results. Here's where we ended up, okay? And I'll throw the dyno sheets up here for you. I've only got my big dyno number. I'll take a picture of my little one, but I guarantee it's gonna look bad. So the big boy numbers, the numbers everybody wants to hear. We'll just start with that now, get it out of the way. The car made 929 horsepower and 777 foot-pounds of torque to the tires through the automatic on E75 dual nozzle meth, and we found out that 18 pounds of boost was all we could get out of those turbos on the dyno. JDP's dyno is a loaded dyno, but the turbos load differently on the street. So I'm not saying that all you can get out of those turbos is 18 pounds for sure. They didn't sit and try to manipulate the boost controller and do all those things forever trying to get the most out of it. We were happy at 929 and 777, and we called it good. On that note, Jordan drove the car around and was street tuning the car on that power level, and he made it pretty clear pretty quickly that power, especially right now in Utah, we're starting to get into the 60s and 50s, and he just flat out told me this car is not safe at those power levels. I won't tell you the speeds, but he tried very generous speeds where he rolled into throttle, and it still just would walk out and turn the car essentially sideways at freeway speeds. So he made the call to turn the car down before he gave it back to me, and I'm glad he did because it is still way faster than it needs to be. But 929.777 on 18 pounds of boost. He did say that when he was street tuning, I'll tell you guys this, when he was street tuning it afterwards, the car loads differently on the street, you know, because you're depending on the hill, or if you're going over bumps and stuff, it kind of puts more load. He did see 20.5 pounds out of those turbos on the street. So the fact that the turbos were at 18 pounds, they probably can make 20 when they're loaded, and the fact that we made our dyno run in 5th gear, not 6th gear, and if you guys know, in an automatic 8-speed, 6 gear is the 1-to-1, the car would have made more for a couple of reasons on the dyno. So I don't really feel like we had to chase the higher number. My goal was 1,000 wheel, I'm not gonna lie to you. In my mind though, knowing what I know about it all, I mean, we're there. It's between 900 and 1,000 wheel, and it's all the transmissional handle, at least reliably in my opinion, when it's tuned well, and we'll get into all that stuff later too. But that's our big boy power number, and I am very, very happy with that number. I know a lot of guys are gonna say, you know, oh, so-and-so's got over 1,000 wheel already and yada, yada. Again, different approaches, not knocking their builds, but I'm going for usable power. And I think that our approach is more solid for that, but we will see, time will tell. The proof is in the pudding, as they would say. So the low boost level, I'm looking over at my screen here, it says stay on track, don't get sidetracked. I'm already doing that. The low boost level, on low boost, we basically set it at 12 pounds. Wastegate is 7 pounds. So we probably will have another tune for even that when I'm autocrossing, and I just want to be able to use the pedal, because even at 12 pounds, autocross was very difficult this last weekend. But 12 pounds is where we're at for my drivable tune or my street tune. And the car yielded 791 and 791 and 714 on 12 pounds. Same E75, same dual nozzle meth, all that stuff stayed the same. So that is where the car is now. It's where the car's been at since I got it back. And I'm pretty happy with that power level. If you guys didn't watch already, go back to my last video. I'll pop it up here on the screen, or at the end actually, so you guys finish this video. I'll pop it up at the end. We took the car right out and did what I do, and I went straight out to racing the car. So we went to a 2-day event for autocross. So we raced the car for 2 straight days in autocross. And it performed flawlessly. Starts good, runs strong. I was able to run the autocross. I found out I was better off doing it in 3rd gear than I was in 2nd, because 2nd just was way too much and it just walked out constantly. But third gear kind of kept it at bay a little more. So that's how we ended up running it. So you guys know the power. I'm going to lastly just get into my first impressions of this car. Some of you who are watching this video, and some of you guys that know the channel well, probably are saying to yourselves, this isn't necessarily a first impression because you already took the car to Pikes Peak and it let me down. And we took the car to Fontana and it gave me a little grief. We did make it through that event though. And then the whole Denver Drive Road Rally when the turbo problems gave me some more grief with brakes. And again, guys, there's videos coming about all this stuff, so be watching the channel. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notifications. But this car has had a very checkered history since these turbos went on. This car was bulletproof on the Maggie. This car's been nothing but a headache on the turbos. So, okay, fair. This isn't necessarily a first impression, but I have had this car right now longer than I've had it since we started doing the turbos. I've driven it more miles. Well, that's not true. Denver was a lot of miles, but that was like one straight 7-hour blast. I feel like this is a good first impression. So, saying that, here's where I'm at. The power from this car already is crazy. The fuel economy is good. I've gotten 28 miles a gallon on the freeway, like 82 miles an hour. So I'm really happy with that. That's kind of a corny thing to be happy about in a car that makes 929 wheel, but this thing will get damn near 30 miles a gallon on the freeway. It's pretty rad. Very streetable, guys. It's from the Magnuson to this, and there's going to be a whole another video, turbo versus supercharger someday, so I won't get too into this either. But my Maggie was amazing and I loved it. But I just feel like this turbo didn't give me lag, but because I now can actually get my foot into the gas before there's boost, it made the car a lot more drivable. And that's kind of my first impression of it. At 791 and 715 foot-pounds, it's first gear and second gear on the street aren't reality. They're just not. You're not going to put your foot to the floor in either of those gears and have the car go forward. But rolling or on the freeway or whatever, if you want to punch it down to whatever, it will go. The tail moves around a little, and I've had to go get it once or twice a little, but nothing crazy, and it's been really manageable. So if anything, I don't think that, I'm not going to call it lag because I don't think this car has lag. We went baby turbos for that reason. We wanted our power down low, and if you guys look at the graph, I'll throw it up again, we got the torque pretty low. I mean, for turbos, there's a lot of turbo torque curves that start low and then they just go straight up or they slowly come up. This one kind of just goes up and builds in a linear fashion. And it feels that way driving it. It just feels a lot more predictable. I would not call it lag in any way. And I was terrified of lag going into these turbos, guys. I swear to you. If I sensed lag, I would tell you guys there was lag, and there's none. Again, though, that goes to stock cubes and baby turbos. We wanted low-end power. This car has a cam in it, a nice cam, a billet cam for a supercharged car, for a positive displacement supercharged car. I didn't want to pull that all apart again. That was a lot of extra money, and we were already, I was done spending money on this car. So we wanted turbos that would kind of create the same power that the Maggie did, making power down low and mid-range. These work perfectly. So our weird combination of all the parts that are in this now, not weird, I guess the cam's the only thing that really doesn't fit, but it performs amazing. I am so happy with the torque curve. I am so happy with the characteristics, the way the power builds. I am sold. I am a turbo guy. I am. With all the headaches and with all the heartache and everything that's gone along with this build, just the last 4 or 5 days have been so good for my soul to have this car be fun and reliable and good and powerful, because this has been, it has checked my faith in the whole build a car process. It has. So guys, again, JDP behind me, guys, thank you guys so much for everything you did. Thanks for everything you continue to do. I'm very happy to have you guys in my corner. Very happy that everything worked out the way it did, and I'm really glad that we've got the car going and running. So 929 wheel horsepower, 777 foot-pounds of torque on 18 pounds of boost with E75 and some meth via JDP Motorsports, Borg Warner, and your boy Jared RedRacer video. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. I don't want to make this video too much longer. It's already longer than I wanted it to be. I'm looking at it. I wanted to make this short, but man, I feel like there was a lot of stuff to talk about. So I hope you guys found that interesting. It wasn't overly boring, but now I got to go take my kids to a trampoline park because they've been bugging me all day. So guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We're coming. We're coming now. I'm going after my Camaro cohorts. I'm going to go out and I'm going to find the baddest Camaros out there, and we're going to find out. We're going to showcase these. I know I won't run the fastest quarter. I know I won't run the fastest anything, but I know I've got a car that And once I know how to drive it, we'll compete with all these guys. So I'm looking forward to the competitive spirit of it all. I love having fun with all these guys. Everybody I've talked to, all the Camaro guys online, on YouTube, everywhere else. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for everything you've done. Continue to like, continue to subscribe. Guys, make sure you share these videos with your friends. Send them out on Facebook once in a while, whatever it might be. Thanks to everybody who's done that recently, by the way. I'm out of here. Jared RedRacer video. Catch you guys in the next one.